Friends, welcome to the Daily Inch.
Hello.
While I'm away researching Murder Mile, here's a little treat to keep you entertained over the next 3 weeks. 15 little stories which are fun, rambly, informative, but not essential to listen to. Each story has been written and presented in a tongue-in-cheek way and are not for the easily offended. Murder Mile returns on Thursday the 24th of August 2023. But until then, there's this. The Daily Inch. Number 19. The Fickle Finger of Fate. Fate. You do not want to piss it off. Fate is your life mapped out, like an episode of EastEnders. And as long as you don't want to hear the doof doof doofs too early, being a few scenes before Pauline says, "Arthur, Arthur," Ruth moans, "Oh Mark, how are we going to pee through the int?" To which Mark replies, "Shut up, Ruth, me age is playing me up." As the DeMarco family ask, "Where's Nonna? Where's Nonna?" Trevor maniacally glares, "You're late, sweetheart." Sole Welsh character Hugh regards every night as a wicked party. One of the Mitchell brothers grumbles, "Leave it out, bruv." And Dirty Den sucks his finger while he's online, half naked and pumping his tiny little glow stick like he's hosting a rave in his pants and he's the DJ. Admittedly, it's been a long while since I've watched EastEnders, and yes, that was nothing but a weak excuse to dust off and trot out some of my old impressions of soap characters who no longer exist. But hey, no one got hurt. I hope. We all want to live a good long life, but you can only do that if you don't piss off fate. Maybe by not calling it a dick, shagging its spouse, crapping on its lawn, calling its beloved doggy a little wanker, sticking your winky or lady winky in its tea, giving it a quick stir and adding your own special sweetener. Fate has no sense of humour, except when it's toying with your life, and then, oh yes, it's hilarious, as can be seen in this small smattering of ironic deaths. Jim Fixx, author of The Complete Book of Running, died of a heart attack while running. Convicted murderer Michael Godwin escaped death by the electric chair, only to be accidentally electrocuted by the metal toilet in his cell. And a woman from Kazan in Russia was wrongly declared dead by doctors, only to wake up in a coffin at her own funeral. And at the shock of it, she immediately died of a heart attack. Oh yes, fate is an utter mother fudger, regardless of whether you've been good or bad. Obviously, Eva won't ever die, as fate is too scared to piss her off, and rightly so. Fate is smart. Plus, it's scientifically proven that she's impervious to fire, water, hurricanes and radiation, as with her blood being 99% neat whiskey, brake fluid, battery acid, plutonium and molten lava, she literally can drink anything. And whereas me, her fat bald butler slash slave slash minor minion with a mini man lump, as she likes to call me, 5 years past his best and 6 stone over what is medically regarded as a bit wibbly wobbly, who should be rake thin given how hard she works me, fate is most likely to see me say bye-bye whilst choking on a giant Belgian bun, drowning in a mug of tea, or, and this is what will be written on my gravestone, whilst running in panic to serve Eva her 3 p.m. cocktail. This fat little waste of cake was sent off balance by his massive arse. He tripped over his gut, and he inadvertently ingested his own man boob. Classic. In truth, Eva's only keeping me around, so when I cark it, she can wear my fat carcass like a little warm pair of slippers. Ah yes, fate can be a massive arsehole when it wants to be. And then, sometimes, to the really bad people, fate gives them their comeuppance. On the 11th of August 2009, 31-year-old Stephen Oddie, a violent drunk and a drug addict with a troubled past, was walking through Soho in London's West End, hurling abuse at his unnamed girlfriend. After a rough night in a hostel, her fingers were already covered in bite marks from his frequent assaults. Mid-morning, as she hastily walked up Great Marlborough Street, Oddie, who was drunk, drugged and not wearing a top, as that seems to be the uniform of the massive arsehole, was screaming abuse at her. He chased her, and outside of Banana Republic, at 224 Regent Street, he grabbed her by the arms and started violently slamming her against the large glass window of the store. Not being best blessed with brains, Oddie kept slamming her hard against the glass until it shattered and they both fell inside the window. Wrestling herself free from his grip, the unnamed woman escaped with a few lacerations. Fate was on her side as she needed a break from bad men. But for Oddie, fate was not finished with this fucker. With his legs still hanging out of the window, as he shuffled himself backwards, with shards of inch-thick glass falling around him like hard, sharp rain, a metre-wide triangular shard of glass, which wobbled precariously above him, broke free and impaled into the bare flesh of his back like a guillotine's blade. According to witnesses, the glass buried deep into his back, and with his internal organs hanging out. As the shard had sliced open his liver, he bled to death in seconds before help could arrive. A trial was held at Westminster Coroner's Court. His injured ex-partner was too unwell to attend, and his family couldn't be bothered. The coroner judged his demise as death by misadventure. And if that's not the work of fate, what is? The Daily Inch returns tomorrow. And of course, there are 15 more Daily Inches if you scroll through Murder Mile's back catalogue. Thank you for listening.